Now it's just about 6 o'clock and doing an early start because I want to actually try to snare some toilet paper from Coles. Or see how we go. It might still be too late. You might have to actually get there at 6 on the dot. Just as I walked down the stairs, I almost got skittled by an Asian chick on a bloody push bike. She's obviously starting work early. So this is Cairns at a little after 6 o'clock on a Tuesday morning, and see if I have any luck this time. It's a different experience. I haven't even had a shower or my coffee, so it's a really unusual start. So I'm not even sure when Woolworths is open. I'd skip across to them, but I think they open a little later. Actually, I'll ask them at Coles. They should know when they're opening as well. So well, I could find out online, I suppose. But anyway, look, we'll first try Coles. I've been told by the checkout chick that they do replenish every day, but I don't know if I believe anything I hear these days, because I got the similar sort of story from Woolworths and it ended up not being true. So it makes you a little cynical. There's also there's a Coles Express over there too. I don't know if they sell toilet paper or not, and they might be worth a go. You never know. It's just it gives you a nice sort of Soviet feel of society. You've got to scrounge for your toilet paper. Anyway, that looks quite spectacular. Early morning with the hills looking down south, and you can see the clouds bombing up over there. And yeah, it's a bit quiet, but there are people stirring, and luckily I live near the supermarket. That's why I chose Parramatta Park, because it's right next to the centre of town. Everything's walking distance, and that seems to be a very sensible move right now. There's a poster for the forthcoming council elections. So I got some flyers through the mail I binned yesterday. They were the incumbent, who refuses to respond to any of my correspondence now, so that's a good way of losing a vote with a constituent. So, and plus the fact they're actually Labor as well, and they're politically correct, so I can't stand that. So no way would I vote for that guy, but he's really pissed me off. He'd have to be exceptional for me to vote for him, given his party ticket, but I'd still consider if he's a good guy, but I don't think he is. So just my own personal opinion. Anyway, as we get closer and closer to the supermarket, hopefully we get some finally get dunny rolls, but I'm not expecting much. There's Channel 7 cans, which I never watch. It's all basically the talking heads are all done down in the Gold Coast. They do it for all the regional stations. The regional stations just gather footage locally, so I think they're just basically techos up here and maybe one reporter. I'm not sure how it works, but it's be pretty well a shoestring sort of operation here. Anyway, here's a squeeze of early morning Cairns. Even quieter than usual. Oh, of course, when I cross the road, there's always a car coming. Oh, by the way, the stock market was even worse yesterday. I can't believe how bad it's going, but I sort of suspected it might because of all the bad news recently. And but America apparently is doing gangbusters, but we didn't get any of that. The Australian market was down about 450 points, which is massive. But I do expect some sort of a bounce today, and my strategy will be that I've got some old CommBank shares that I thought were cheap, but they're not in the context of what's happening right now, and I want to get rid of them as soon as I can at a modest profit, and just to get some more cash, because I'm pretty cash strapped now because I spent a bit on buying these shares recently. And where's this guy going? Oh, of course they're coming down here again. I'm fabulous at seeking out the only vehicle on the road. It's incredible. There's no other cars, but of course when I walk across there's a car crossing. Oh. I think it's all part of the plan to stop me buying toilet paper. The world's out to get me. Well, Cairns Central's open, that's the first good news. I only saw one guy downstairs, I don't know what's going on there. I'm just suspecting this will be a total dud. Anyway, we'll see. I'll contact Coles directly and Woolworths and just see if we can get some bloody actual information out of them. There's no one here, so this is interesting. I would have thought that if there's a huge rush on toilet paper, there might have been a queue out the front. I just want to find out what's going on. I reckon I was bullshitted yesterday. It's not looking good. There you go. Believe it or not, there's not a big supply, but it's there. So it was worth the effort of coming here early, so there you go. Oh, I cannot believe it. I feel like I won the lottery. Just absurd. But look, there's bugger all rolls there. So I'm just wondering. It's just crazy. Anyway, I got what I wanted. Okay, well that mission's accomplished, so thank God for that. So it looks as though you can get them, but you have to get in early, and there's bugger all supply being coming in. That's a real trickle. They must just do it as part of the major supply each day and just put a few rolls in there. But at least I got them. It's good. Now I've got to just work out how to get I'm going to be buying a new leather couch through Gumtree, and they're delivering it later today, about the same time as the sideboard arrived, about 4ish. And I've just got to basically clarify with them. They'll help me carry it upstairs. I better just make that clear. And I've also got to somehow get rid of the disgusting useless couches that I inherited when I bought the place. I wish I'd checked it to see that they were in decent order, but it's difficult when you're buying a place that's actually currently tenanted. I didn't feel comfortable sort of poking around, which I should have done, and they put a cover on the bloody things. I couldn't even see the condition of the couch. So yeah, I look in retrospect, yeah, it's not ideal buying a currently tenanted place for that reason alone, that you don't feel as though you can just go and check everything out. And as a consequence, I'm left with 3 pieces of furniture which are basically crap. So and I would have had every right to demand that they're removed, because it happened to me when I sold my flat. I had to actually get furniture taken out because the tenant didn't want them. The new owner didn't want them, so I had to do it, and I had to pay for it. It was ridiculous because there was a nice piece of furniture there, and if I'd been there myself, I would have sold it. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I had to pay to have it removed. It's crazy, because I had a nice sideboard, maybe not as nice as the one I just bought. Well, I don't think it was actually. This one's incredibly solid, so it is a nice piece of furniture. So I'm really happy with the sideboard of the buffet. It's quite good. But regarding the old couches, they're just a pain, and I might ask my my neighbour has any suggestions how I can break it down. So I'll just see how we go. And I had to use the auto checkout at Coles at that hour, because I don't have one staff member on a normal checkout at that hour, so that's the downside. But at least I got the toilet paper, so that's by far the most important thing. So I'm pretty well back to the same, or probably slightly ahead of what the number of rolls I had when I returned to Australia a couple of weeks ago. I've actually haven't been going through them very quickly. I've been pretty good now. I don't know whether it's because of all this talk of coronavirus has had an effect on me psychologically, but I think I'm just actually, my metabolism's quite good at the moment. I'm not, yeah, so it's actually worked out well. So my usage is actually way down on what it used to be, so that's excellent. And actually they were the rolls that I normally buy, so that's even better. I mean, probably would have been nice to get one of those humongous 24 packs, but I'll take what I can get. So beggars can't be choosers at the moment. But it is interesting to know that at least this that checkout girl was dead right, that Coles does replenish on a daily basis, so that's really good information. So yeah, that's very, very good. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great. But please don't ignore me. That's the worst thing you can do on YouTube, is be ignored.